Once again, I didn't mean for so much time to pass in between our last video in the Florida Keys and this one, which I know I said last time, but I'm going to continue recapping our month in the Florida Keys. I'll also put a link to the first video in this series in the description just in case you missed it, but at this point we'd been there for around 4 days. We started our morning heading out with nowhere in mind. We ended up stopping at one of the fishing bridges just to look at the water and just take it all in. It's beautiful. And then we ended up at the Florida Boy restaurant, which you see here.
We are at the Florida Boy Bar and Grill here in the Florida Keys. We already ate. We got too excited. We were like starving in the bathroom. But this is the best drink I've ever had, which is a big risk because typically I'm a people Florida girl, and this is a pain smasher. So it's very coconutty. It just tastes like fish. So anyways, sorry, I keep bumping the table. So if the film is like this, it's my fault.
Not my fault.
This is a really cool place. I had mahi, it was really good. Mitch had like a rib with like onions, grilled cheese. Really, really good. So I'm really happy with this place. And then right across the way is the Parrot Inn. Parrot? Either way, it's beautiful. The water's right there. Look at it.
We're gonna go sneak on the premises.
And see where today takes us. This is our first stop today. We're getting a late start, so we'll see.
I know the audio quality there wasn't the greatest, so if you couldn't hear it, I had mentioned that the restaurant is actually on site at the Lime Tree Bay Resort. The water was absolutely stunning that day. We could kind of see a glimpse of it from our table. So we walked over to check it out and we ended up absolutely loving this resort. We've never stayed here. We've never been there, but I think we're going to come back and stay here sometime because they had a really nice setup, nice pool, not a beach you can walk into as you can see there, but that's pretty typical in the Keys and definitely not a big deal. It was just a beautiful place. I can just imagine watching the sunset go down here. On the way home, we stopped at Giraffe, which has a ton of key lime pie products. I got a chocolate covered key lime pie on a stick, which is my favorite way to eat key lime pie. It was delicious. So this was my first of the trip, and it was also our first time at the Giraffe. So spoiler alert, it was not our last visit either. The outdoor space is really peaceful, especially at night, but you're gonna see more of this place before the end of me recapping our time in the Keys. We came back to our Airbnb and let the animals outside for a little while, and then we took Lady to the Islamorada brewery. The next morning, Mitchell actually had some work to do in Marathon, so we headed that way, got coffee from Curly's Coffee, and walked the beach at Sombrero Beach. We stopped for lunch at Brutus Seafood, which is our absolute favorite, and this day was the day that I feel like we really started to feel like we were settling in. We found out our Airbnb included the use of the HOA park, which is right on the water. It's a space where people can park and launch their boats. And by people, I mean people who live in the community. You have to live there to use it. But we got access through our Airbnb. So anyways, a lot of communities in the Keys have these HOA parks. It's really, really nice because if you live this close to water, you want to be able to get on it. So anyway, we brought Lady to the HOA park to just kind of check it out, and we hung out there for the rest of the evening. The next day we ran errands and took Lady for a walk, but our big outing of the day was that we headed to Fort Lauderdale to pick up my mom from the airport. On our way home we stopped at Alabama Jack's. This is a must stop on so many people's list, but we'd never been there, so it was really exciting to check it out. It's just a unique atmosphere. It's on the water like you see here, and it was a good experience. This series is definitely more vlog style because I honestly kept forgetting to grab my camera to film, but I wanted to post it in case you're somewhere missing the Keys and just wanted a little hint of it, or maybe you're visiting soon, and in that case I want you to see that you don't need a plan to experience the absolute best of the Keys. Plus, these are honestly just moments that I want to remember forever for myself. But whatever brings you here, I hope that you enjoy these videos, even if they're a little different than my typical style. I also hope that you stick around by subscribing so that you can see the rest of this Florida Keys trip, as well as many more adventures to come. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you next time.